it also was all making its way, certainly in the case of the Human League and ABC, towards albums that would be pure pop, genius, with Dare on the one hand and Lexicon of Love, ABC on the other. There's recently been this new documentary which you are in. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's very good, and it's called Studio Electrophonique.
Oh, yeah, I've not seen it yet. Is it good?
Well, I was sent a link, and I don't know if I meant to say that. But
no, I think it is out.
Oh, probably and I wondered if you could talk a little bit, about your feelings about Sheffield, other music in Sheffield of the late 70s, early 80s, and also just a bit about this strange studio that popped up in someone's front room.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, this thing that Sheffield, and I don't know why this is, but in the wake of punk, as you say, Sheffield went towards technology to use synthesizers and things, and it was said, the kind of cliche of the Sheffield band in the immediate aftermath of punk was the drumless trio. So you would have three guys there twiddling on synths and stuff and singing with a lot of echo, and then the drums would either be a drum machine or some taped things, and there were just loads of bands like that, and I was just a little bit too young to be. I was still at school, when punk happened, and then when I left school was just like 1980, so it had already been going for a bit, and I was too young to go into pubs and see that stuff. So we were kind of a second wave type thing. But this studio that you mentioned, was such a crazy thing. It was, I used to work, I had a Saturday job in the fish market, and I used to go over and talk to this guy who worked on a butcher's stall, because I knew he played bass in another band. I thought I might get some tips. And he's going, we did some recording last week, so down at the Colonel's. I said, down at the Colonel's? And he said, tell me more. So he told me about this guy called Ken Patton, called the Colonel because of Colonel Patton. I think he was a famous general in the Second World War, whatever. Any road. This guy had a studio that he built in his semi-detached house in Handsworth. It's like a suburb not that far from where I was living. And it was super cheap, so we saved up, I think it was £15 to record for a whole day in the studio. Not bad. And but it was great. We turned up at the studio, knocked on the door, he let us in, and he said first thing, shoes off. Shoes off. We had to follow him down to the kitchen. They laid down the rules. Obviously, we'd learned the first one, shoes off. And he's going, right, no amplifiers, you just plug straight into my mixing desk. And then he said, you've not brought any drums with you, have you? No, I've not brought any drums, right, good. Because you're going to use my electronic drum kit. And then, so we went upstairs, and he'd got this these things called a Simmons drum kit, which are like hexagonal things, just pads really that you hit. So if you're just in the room, all you hear is because it's triggering a drum sound, which will only be audible at the end of the cable. But the setting of that was very incongruous because it was his wife in his bedroom. So it was this pink candlewick kind of double bedspread and a kind of fluffy carpet, and then this drum kit there, next to the bed. It was strange. And so our drummer, who was called Wayne, he said, well, you practice on that. And then he pointed at the corner and said, no funny business. And there was like a CCTV camera. Just so his wife would be reassured that nothing, no funny business was going on in their bedroom. So we went down to finish plugging our instruments in, and you could just see this little black and white picture. But it was great. I mean, it was like we plugged it all in, and then we started playing. We recorded 4 songs in one day, and walked home with this cassette in my hand. And put it on my cassette player when I got home, and then this noise came out of the speakers, and I thought, oh God, we you know, that's us.
Yeah.
You know, and then I just played it like about 20 times.
Yeah, yeah,
Just seemed unbelievable.
yeah. It's incredible. I mean,